It's Felicity from Get Your Rock Out. We've done this before, haven't
yes.
we? Like, you know,
I'm
less than 24 hours
yeah.
ago. But we're talking to you today about Kataklysm.
Right.
So brilliant. It's a week. Wow, it's a bit of a deja vu feeling going on.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. So how have you found the festival? Have you enjoyed it?
Absolutely. This is a great festival. It's our second time at Bloodstock for Kataklysm, and I see a huge improvement from the first time I came here in 2008.
Fantastic.
So it's a great atmosphere, and the people are great, and it's been good, and the show was great. So we had a good time. You know, it was good times.
Brilliant. And so, could you possibly pick a favourite set that you played this weekend? Or is that a really awful question?
It's a little bit difficult. You know, I really enjoyed the X-Deo thing because it was brand new. Yes, it's my little baby, and I started that from scratch, and it's one of those things where it's brand new, and that was the first time ever in the UK, and didn't know that there were so many fans for it here. You know, so it's really cool to see that, and I think Kataklysm. It was a great show. The problem is that it's only our second show with a drummer that's with us at the moment.
Wow,
so it was a lot of pressure for that.
Yeah.
So we weren't as loose as usual.
Yeah.
We're a little bit more party on stage than what we were, I guess, tonight. A little bit more conservative. But the crowd was great, and we had a great time. And then, you know, it sucked that we had to cut a few songs because we were going over time. I guess there was a delay before us.
Yeah.
So if I had to choose, I would go with the X-Deo just because everything went the right way. And it was a good experience.
Fantastic. Awful question to ask.
I had an armor and
I mean, you can't beat playing in a suit of armor, really, can you? Everything's better when you're wearing armor.
Tougher.
Yeah.
And you got abs.
Yeah. Look as though you've got a proper six-pack on there.
Yes, exactly.
You know? Yeah, what armor? No, I'm just normally this shiny. But yeah, it's Kataklysm. I've just recently previewed the artwork for the new album, and it's looking amazing.
Right.
And the album's out soon. You must be really excited about this one.
I am extremely excited of it for many reasons. One of them, it's the longest time we've ever taken between records.
Wow.
It's almost going on 4 years releasing this record, and it's a huge step up because we've had so much time to work on it. An example is like we had a song we thought was like perfect. We're like, this is a great song. People are going to go nuts on this. But then we go back to it 6 months later. I go like, you know what? We could do this, this, and this, and it's even better. So it's one of those things where we had the time. It's a huge evolution also on sound. We've used Zeus out of East Coast and the States to produce it. Who's done work with Hatebreed and Suffocation, Soulfly, Chimera, so many bands. And sound is so massive. It's probably the best produced record we've done, and it's melodic, it's groove, and it's fast. It's got both, and we're gonna release a new clip, I think, in next Monday.
Oh, fantastic!
So with the second artwork, because we got 2 artworks for this record, so it's gonna be pretty interesting.
Fantastic. And you guys have got everybody that was actually originally formed the band by one member. I mean, that is an obscene amount of time for a band to stick together.
Yeah.
There aren't actually, when you look at it, there aren't many bands that have managed to do that.
Right.
What do you reckon the secret is?
I think it's just like, it's a commitment. You want to be thinking that if you want to keep it going for a long time, it's like, I remember when we first talked about it, says, are we going to do this as a career or are we going to do this as a part-time thing? Because part-time is like everybody gets a job, and when we got time, we'll do some shows. But it became, everybody's like, we vouch it as a career. And that means that it's the #1 priority, and we got to sacrifice and adapt to change, because change happens all the time in the metal scene, and one day you're cool, the other day you're not. So we adapted very well to that, and we're 20 years later still here, and one of a good force in the death metal scene still, and I can't complain. And the X-Deo is moving quickly. It's good times.
And did you think that, there's so much would have happened, and did you think that in 20 years' time you'd be playing something like this at this stage?
I know that when I first started, somebody like a distributor in Canada told us that we would last only enjoy the next 5 years, man, because that's going to be it.
Seriously?
Yes, and I mean, I think he meant don't get too attached to something that you don't know will be like there, and he meant well, and I think that I understood that, but it pissed me off, and I'm like, you can't tell me that I'm going to be gone in 5 years. I'm like, and you know what? It's kind of cool because it scared me in the sense of I'm going to make sure that doesn't happen.
Carry on.
Right? So we worked really hard, and we beat the odds. Also, being from Canada was harder for us with the U.S. market because it's not the same.
Yeah.
And we were able to break some markets, and we're here, you know. So
fantastic, good stuff.
Yeah.
And the next few months, what do they hold for Kataklysm? What are you guys up to?
We're going to be releasing the album in October, and then right after that we will do some record launch shows back in Canada.
Oh, brilliant.
And then we're going to be doing Australia and Japan in December.
Fantastic.
And maybe Indonesia as well. It looks like it's getting added on.
Wonderful.
And then we'll be back here in January, February with Kataklysm.
What more could we want?
Busy, you know. They were telling me we're going to be busy in August, blah blah blah. And I'm like, well, we're already in August. No, they were like, no, 2014. And I'm like, that's way too far.
Yeah.
Let's concentrate on the next 6 months. And
tell me a month in advance where I need
I mean,
to
I'm
be,
like,
right?
let's not, you know. So we're going to do the European one in January. In February, we'll be coming back to the UK. It'll be Kataklysm with support coming from Christian and Flesh God Apocalypse.
Oh, wow.
So it will be a very good tour, I think, and
Nice.
definitely a drummer festival because all 3 drummers are fantastic. So it will be a great time.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for taking the time to chat to me
Right,
again.
thank you.
We could do this tomorrow again,
Let's
couldn't
do
we?
it. I'll
You're going
come
to have
in.
to play with somebody
Let's
else
have
tomorrow,
breakfast
then.
with the camera again. And
You know what? I think that's a good idea. Yeah, you could
Sounds
be
cool.
the only person I've ever interviewed on 3 consecutive days. Maybe just jump on stage with somebody tomorrow and be like, I'm just crashing your set.
I was on stage, so let's do another interview. You know, I got a
Yeah,
new band I
definitely.
just started with a guy from Lamb of God. So
You know what? This is a plan. This should happen.
Yeah, that would be great.
Brilliant. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Thank
and
you.
yeah, I'll see you soon, I have no doubt.
I will be around.
Thank you.
Cheers.